So you said that you always knew that you wanted to take KC barbecue to other places. What made
Yeah.
you choose Georgia? Why'd you choose Georgia to be
Well,
you took it to
well,
make?
with doing that music, you know what I mean? I was always coming through Atlanta and coming down and visiting and things like that. I just seen the scene, you know what I mean? And that's like me, I'm just one of them kind, like when I see it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it. And I was like, and then with Kansas City, like you got Gates and Arthur Bryans. You know, Gates did step out. I think son George, he went to Vegas one time and opened up a Gates out there. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you know what I mean, like Gates and LCs and everybody and Big T's and all that.
Yeah,
You know, they at home. You know what I'm saying? And they might got 3, 4, 5, stores. You know what I'm saying? That's open up, but really, to me, nobody built that built that model to where like the models that we have, we can open up in a strip mall.
hmm
You know what I mean? Because we pride ourselves in like fast food or barbecue.
hmm
And I seen that with that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody built that model because you got like smokehouses, these big old massive stores. Now ours, we could dumb it down to 1,200 to 1,500 square feet. You know what I mean? And we can roll it out of there and have the same thing. So we just took something that same way like a Subway. You see the Subways, and they got the storefronts, but then you'll see a Subway in the middle of the mall,
yeah, yeah.
like a kiosk. You know what I mean? And it's still getting the same numbers. You
hmm
know what I mean? So that was like, that's what made me,
That was your mindset
move.
behind. Yeah.
Yeah, it made me move the way, I move
Yeah.
like that.
So do you have any plans to expand to any other places?
Yeah, we actually, our whole plan is to run our models through the South,
hmm
Midwest, and the West Coast.
hmm
So that's what we on now. Is running, just putting them through the South, Midwest, and the West Coast. So
Okay.
that's our thing right now. And anybody can franchise with us. As long as they go through the message, go through our franchise company and
Right.
things like that, and everything will pay out. I mean, plan out and everything, and we can help with funding. So as long as they got good credit and a little capital, we can help get the funding for them.
Do you still have your company, your building here, or did you move everything to Georgia?
Nah, it's a funny thing you said that everything is here in Georgia, but we do have something that's in the works to be coming back to Kansas City because that's the hometown, so we got to put something back there.
I
But
was gonna say I've never tasted it, so
yes, ma'am. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
was
think
probably
it
a
was.
little young when you were here.
Yeah, that's why I asked you about that Bannister Mall. You don't know that Bannister Mall. You know what I'm saying? But you said you knew about Bannister Mall, so that's cool. You know, but yeah, I mean, one day I was out. I was, I'm huge on outdoors. So I've been fishing and hunting all my life.
Yeah.
And one day me and my dad, we was walking through the we was walking through the woods. We was rabbit hunting,
Mhm.
and I was telling him, I'm like, hey pops, man. I said, I said, man, now I'm thinking on taking the brand on down to Atlanta, man, and going to go to Georgia, man, and move around down there. I said, that's Black Hollywood. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And my pops like, hey, get on out of here and don't look back. You know what I'm saying? And when he said that, you know what I'm saying, and he green lighted that, it was just my mindset was already on what I was already feeling. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And he green lighted it. You know what I'm saying? That was it. You know what I mean? I was like, it's time to go down there.
Yeah.
Georgia's home. Let me start that brand down. Rebuild it. You know what I'm saying, from here, and just take it up.
Right. So, what would you say is, how would you say it went? Like when you moved to Georgia, was it harder, like trying to get up there? Like, did you have a hard time finding customers, or was it? a little easier than when you started out here? I mean, because it sounds like you were pretty known here, so it was easy for you to find your customers here. What was it like when you transitioned to Georgia for the
Uh-huh.
startup?
Well, it's funny you said that because for one, it's about 20,000 Kansas Cityans here.
Yeah,
Is like we plentiful down here. So
yeah,
when we
yeah.
leave Kansas City, we go to Georgia, we go to Texas, and then a few of us sprinkle out in the West Coast or
Yeah.
Denver. You know what I'm saying? Some Arizona or something like that. But when
Mhm.
when I got here, um, what I did was so it's like an apartment over in like say Overland Park. It's called down here. It's Cobb County. It's like Marietta,
Mhm.
and so I took an apartment and I built I built a big old smoker. I mean, big old smoker, big
Mhm.
green smoker, and long as you got it tagged up, you can have it on that property.
Mhm.
So you know what I'm saying. So it's like having a big old smoker in an apartment complex in Overland Park.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying. So I I had the I had the smoker outside, parked outside, and I know the leasing office closes at 6 o'clock. So
Yeah.
lease office closed at 6 o'clock. And when that leasing office start closing, the smoke go in the air. You hear me?
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the inside of the apartment, I knew I was building the food truck. So the inside of the apartment had like freezers in it, coolers, you know what I'm saying? So I was setting up everything. It was real neat in there.
Yeah.
It was set up like living, then it was set up like restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I started I was smoking the food, I was preparing the food, and then I was delivering the food. So
Mhm.
and then one person, Rob, we call him Fat Rob from back home. It was 2 for $5. He had a barber shop down here.
Mhm.
Um Cash Cuts or something like that, his barbershop. So he from Kansas City and he from down my way and he had a barbershop. So when he called and I go take a plate or two or three plates to him, once I drop them dinners off, man, I got my little checklist sheet and my pen because I already knew they're gonna start ordering. So I'm going in there with them KC chicken Phillies and smoked wings and stuff like that. And they like, man, Greedy, bring me da da da. So I'm taking orders. Man, I'm zooming back. You hear me? It's
Yeah.
cheese on the line. You know what I'm saying? So I'm zooming back to the apartment. You know what I'm saying? I've gone in there. I got the delivery bag. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? The restaurant depot that I was using from in Kansas City. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was round the corner. And then at that time in Kansas City, I still had the restaurant up. So the restaurant was up and it was still operating, under a manager and everything. And then I took a partner in there for they can oversee that. But then I was down here getting set up, doing my
Yeah.
getting get. I was down here building the brand, getting my name together. What I came to do. But I have a delivery bag, man. I have a delivery bag. Don't let it rain. I'm huge on branding. So
Yeah.
I have my jacket on, I have my hats on. They
Yeah.
don't know where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the apartment for real though. That's truth to
Yeah.
God. You hear me? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I was really, really out there scraping, man. So you know what I mean? I was making the sides and everything, and my wife, she was making sides, you know what I mean? And we was really just getting it in, you know what I mean? I was out there smoking meat, man, to 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning,
Mm.
and I get a little rest, then I'm right back at it. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? That's how it went. And then it just started growing and growing. And they started, asking and asking, hey, the studios, and I was connected with the music people and everything. So them studios was needing food, and they started hitting me. And then it was a military base. It's called like Dobbins military base over in Marietta. It's
Mhm.
on Cobb Parkway, and I got a hold of a couple of them military people, And
Mhm.
man, they started ordering, and then
Mhm.
they just start hitting me. The other ones start. Well, you know how I go. Where
Yeah.
you get that at,
Right.
man? Hey,
Word of
and
mouth.
I'm still showing up like I'm
Mhm.
straight up legitimate.